Alright, what's going on everybody? So a few weeks ago, I did an unboxing video for the Tower of God, and one of my subscribers suggested that I do a video going through some of my DVDs. Now, I thought that was a cool idea, I thought that was a great idea. Only problem is that I don't really have a big DVD collection. Like, these are like I want to say these are the only two DVDs I have. The One Piece DVD Voyage 1 Season 5, and then this really good Batman movie, Batman Under the Red Hood. If you haven't seen this, go ahead and watch it. It's a really good Batman movie. So what I wanted to do today, instead of doing that, since like I said, I don't have a lot of DVDs and stuff that I personally own, I wanted to kind of go through my manga collection. So like over the past I want to say like over the past 3 4 years or whatever, I've started collecting more manga now. Like I used to have like maybe 20 or so different different manga volumes. I used to have like a lot of different manga back in the day. I gave some to my friend in like high school, so I don't have like my previous collection. I don't have like all of it. Like I'm missing Dragon Ball. I know I had like the original Dragon Ball Z, like the first volume. I got that at, like in I would say fifth or sixth grade or whatever. But anyway, I want to go through my entire collection. I think I have like somewhere between 40 or 50 different 40 or 50 manga volumes here. So let me get this stack. So just so you know, I'm gonna have to be reaching down on the floor. Unfortunately, I had to have like all my books on the floor, so I'm gonna have to reach down and get the first stack. So bear with me for 1 second. Okay, so here's our first stack. Gonna go through this. So these are like so with this first stack, this is like my this is like the most recent pickups that I got. Most of these, a lot of these I haven't read yet. This one I picked up because I thought it looked interesting. Undead Unluck. I believe this is either part of either regular Shonen Jump or just Shonen Jump Plus. I can't remember which, but it looks interesting. Here's the back of it, and here's the front. Trying to make sure this is in focus so y'all can see it. So this, like I said, I just picked it up because it looked interesting. Haven't read it yet. Let me move this. Okay, and this next one, this next one, Kaiju number 8. Um, I've heard so like I want to say it wasn't 3 years ago. It was just a few years ago now. I watched somebody's video. I believe it was either for Neverworld. It was somebody video I watched that really kind of sold me on this, and I honestly think that this is probably gonna end up being better than Attack on Titan. Like just from the description that he gave in that video, like I said, it was either for Neverworld or somebody else. But the way that he described it, I'm like, yeah, this sounds better than Attack on Titan. I haven't read it yet. I started to read it, but I unfortunately that day, like when I started to read it, I just wasn't feeling up to it. So I'm gonna get back to it though. But this, I think this is gonna be way better than Attack on Titan if they choose to adapt this, which they probably will. Um, I just want to keep that like I need the Attack on Titan fans to keep the same energy when this comes out because I kind of I have a good feeling about this. I have a good feeling about this one, but I haven't read it yet. Heard good things about it though. Um, this other one very hyped up manga. I've been seeing the response online when it comes to this manga. This is one that people have been hyping up. It's this and Hell's Paradise, which I've read like one chapter of Hell's Paradise. It seems cool. I haven't read any more of it, but like I said, with this entire stack that I'm bringing up here, I haven't read any of these, but I definitely want to. So with Chainsaw Man and the next one, I believe the next one in my stack, I haven't like I want to read it because I know that the anime is coming out. Here's the back, but I want to read this, and the next one I'm gonna bring up here, I want to read it before the anime comes out, and I may or may not, don't hold me on this. I might do a review on both of those since I'm trying to actually get into like doing more manga reviews so I can get a lot better at it. Here is the Spy Family. This is the other manga, the other manga that I was talking about. The anime for Chainsaw Man. I'm not sure when that's coming out. I know that the anime for this is coming out in April, sometime in the spring. But like I said, I want to read this before the anime comes out. So here is Spy Family, and I'm struggling to try to give me a second because I'm trying to like make sure that this is in view, keeping this straight. So this is the back of it. But yeah, I've heard good things about Spy Family and Chainsaw Man. And this next one, the anime is out. I read this before the anime came out, and I liked it. I know a lot of people have been talking trash about this. It's definitely like I would say it's not as good as Death Note, but like I'll say this, like it's entertaining. Like even what I watched yesterday, I'm on like episode 16. I'm like it's an entertaining show regardless. But it I'll say this much, it didn't turn out the way that I thought it was gonna turn out. Um, but I enjoyed reading this when I was reading it. I think that like the main character is like pretty much the polar opposite of Light. The villain, I wouldn't even compare really the villain, or at least the first villain, Metro Polyman. Like I wouldn't even compare him to Light because he's like very vain. Like I don't want to even spoil nothing, but dude, if you've seen the most recent episodes or if you've read the manga, you know what I'm talking about. Like you know what I'm talking about. But so this one, I'm trying to get this thing straight. So this one, Radiant. Let me move my hand so y'all can actually see the full thing. Okay, so this one, Radiant. I actually have a review for the anime up, and I've heard that the anime and mangas, like the manga's actually a lot different. I think the manga's supposed to be like a lot darker or something like that. But I read that essentially from people online was saying like the manga was better and that it's like different. So I wanted to kind of pick this up. I really enjoyed the anime when it came out. This is the back. So like I really enjoyed the anime when it came out, and I need to watch the second season, and hopefully I'll get to that one day. So let's go ahead and get to the second stack. So this second stack is pretty much all gonna be one anime. So I'll start with the first one here. So this is Gleipnir. Also have a review for Gleipnir the anime. Really enjoyed the anime, but it did have its pacing issues and some stuff in it. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the anime. I enjoyed it so much that I decided to go out and just start reading the manga since I don't know when season 2 is coming out. Um, Here's the back and front. So I bought like 3 of these, and here's the next one. Actually, it gets really good after the anime ends, from what I can tell. I still haven't read this one yet, though. I read the other two. I haven't read this one. There's the back. Okay, so moving on to the third stack. Now, if you would have told me years ago that I would have a romantic comedy manga in my collection, I would tell you, well, I would just think I'm like crazy or something. Like I would never think that I would like ever get into like romantic comedies back when I was like 14, 15 or whatever. But last year I really expanded my horizons when it came to like watching different sort of anime. I watch sports anime, Skate the Infinity, and because I watched like fictional sports anime and stuff before, and I watched like slice of life anime and stuff like that. But like straight romantic comedies have like never really been my thing. But this like Kaguya-sama is like one of the best romantic comedy series out there. And the reason why I wanted to pick this one up is because I read somewhere on Reddit, like people were saying like the characterization is different. Is different in the anime. They kind of skipped some stuff in the anime, so I wanted to actually go back and actually read this. I haven't read it yet, but I want to. Here's actually the back, and actually, funny thing, I never actually took the time to actually look at the back of the book and look at the back of the book, and I never took the time to look at the back. So this is the first time I'm even seeing it myself. But yeah, I'm gonna eventually read. I like my plan is to eventually read all of this. The reason why I started collecting more manga now is because I find myself like on the computer a lot, and obviously being on the computer a lot, playing video games, staring at screens all day, that ain't good for you. So I wanted to have something to do. Like I wanted to have something to do, once I'm done, just wanted to chill. I just wanted to be able to have something to do after I'm done playing games and all this other stuff and doing work and stuff like that. Um, this next one, have a review on the anime. I know the anime is different from the light novel. Somebody pointed that out, but I still love the anime, even though like some people have said that. Well, some people told me, and I've even seen videos on it, how they like the relationship between the two characters, Ayana Koji and Suzune. Um, like it's different in the light novel. I haven't read. So the thing is, I haven't read this yet. Want to read it, and actually the manga is coming out too. I believe the manga is actually coming out in English, so I might pick that up too. But heard the light novel is a lot different. Heard this light novel is really good, and here's the back of it. Thing is, I actually, so I'm just realizing this. I wanted to do this, so like I wanted this video to just be all manga, but that was in the stack. So guess we're including light novels in this. Um, Doctor Stone. So this is the volume for those of y'all who have finished season two. Uh, if you're wondering like where to start in the manga, you start here. You start at volume 10. Let me just make sure that this can get into the frame. Okay, so this is volume 10. I don't believe season 3 is coming out this year. I believe it's gonna be like a special or something coming out this year. Here is the back, and once again, just like with Kaguya-sama, I've never seen the back of this. I saw the cover of it, and then I was at like I got a lot of these off of what's it, Books a Million. I got a lot out of that site. I go to what's the other site, Barnes and Nobles, and like when these things come in the mail, like I'll look at the covers. Sometimes I look at the back of it, but um the last few times I'll get the book, I'll look at it, I look inside of it for a little bit, and then I'll like put it in the stack. So this next one, y'all already know. Well, if you're new to the channel, I guess you don't know. Big Fairy Tail fan. I know it's not the greatest show out there, but I love it. Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest. Let me make sure that this. Let me get this straight so y'all can see it. Move my hand out the way. Okay, so this one is a sequel to the original series, and it's actually gonna have a anime coming out. So they're gonna be adapting that. I actually heard I heard the 100 year the 100 year quest is actually really good, and so I bought this one. This is basically the, I don't want to say spiritual successor, but pretty much the next step up from Fairy Tail. Same author, Hiro Mishima. This is Eden Zero. Um, I watched the anime of this, so I picked this up originally. So like I was planning on reading this before I watched the anime, but unfortunately, like I read. So y'all probably like if you've been on this channel long enough, then you probably heard me say that like I read very slowly, and so I was like I think I read like the first two chapters. I even read like even before I picked this up, like back when Eden Zero first came out, I read like the first two chapters, and like I really couldn't get into it. And so when I heard that the anime was coming out, I decided to buy this, and then I wanted to read this before I watched the anime, but I ended up watching the anime before I finished the manga. So I might finish this one day. I don't know. I have this little thing in here just to kind of keep my place in the book. But here's the back. Let me get this straight. Okay, there's the back, and you've seen the front. Let me get this straight, man. Hold up. There you go. Okay, so that is the third stack. So, with this next one, I'm a big My Hero fan. Y'all should already know, man. As many My Hero videos on this channel. So y'all know I had to pick this up. When I heard that this was coming out, really cool. I mean, it's not technically a manga. It's more of a like uh it's a informational book, so it has like, let me see if I can show y'all some of this. So it has some of the like the stats and like different information about the characters. Let me show you another page here. So it just has like different stats and different like just different information and stuff about the characters. And since My Hero Academia has a really big cast of characters, I thought that this would be a really cool pickup. Um, was definitely looking forward to this. Between this and Kaiju number 8, like those were like my big pickups as far as like manga and you know just books and stuff goes last year. This also, I believe this also came out last year. Team Up Missions. This is I guess you could say it's kind of like what if these characters teamed up and went out on a mission together. I haven't read it yet. I plan on reading it eventually. I don't know how good this is compared to the mainline ones. I know one that I want to pick up is Vigilantes. I haven't gotten a chance to pick that up yet. This other one, I believe this is a light novel, ain't it? Yeah, this is a light novel. So this is one of the, well, actually the crazy thing is this is the second volume of School Briefs. I think the reason why I didn't buy the first volume is because I read I think it was because of, like, I read the synopsis of it and it didn't sound interesting, but this one sounded better, so I decided to pick this one up. Let for anybody who's read this, let me know how good this is, since I haven't read it yet. But like with all of these books that I have here, I plan on reading it eventually. And here's the back. We have Aizawa. Read it rationally, and there's the front. Now, I'm a big fan of Konosuba. Got into that last year after watching the movie, and with season 3 got announced. I want to say that was last year, wasn't it? Yeah, that was last year. So season 3 got announced last year. I wanted to go ahead and start reading ahead. Even before season 3 came out, I decided, you know what, let me go ahead and read ahead, because like I watched all of Konosuba seasons 1 and 2. I watched that over so many times last year, and I wanted to go ahead and just read further. So here's the back of this. Once again, another manga that I haven't seen the back of it. But yeah, really, like this, like if you're looking for a funny series to get into, I definitely recommend Konosuba. Here's chapter 11. Obviously, if I haven't read that last one, then I haven't read this one. But you know, one day eventually. And then here's another one I just picked up randomly. I don't know how good this is, but you know, I just wanted to try something, cuz you know, every once in a while I'll like see an anime that like every once in a while I'll see an anime that like I wouldn't really, how do I put this? I really wouldn't give two dots about. Like I just would like brush it off. Like like it would look stupid, like the premise, but then I'll give it a chance and then it ends up being cool. And I'm like, okay, I haven't watched the anime or anything like that. And with a name like, is it wrong to pick up chicks? Is it chicks or is it girls? Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? You know, with a name like that, I was like, how is this gonna be? But you know, I decided, you know what, it might be worth giving a chance. It might be good. Let me know, for those of y'all who have seen the anime or have read this, if it's any good. Like if it like, is it as good as Konosuba or any other isekai out there? Here's the back of the book. But yeah, I just wanted to pick this up just randomly. I might pick up what's the other joint? Reincarnated as a slime. I might pick that up too. Uh, but yeah, so that's that stack. I think we have like two more stacks to go. Um, Now, so with this next stack, it's pretty much all from the same franchise here. So I want to say, was it last year or a year before last? I just was sitting there watching a lot of Railgun. Like I got completely into the Index and Railgun series. Still haven't watched. I still haven't watched. What's the name of the other joint? Accelerator. Still haven't watched that one yet. But I wanted to pick this up. Uh, a certain. Let me. Oh, God, I can't even speak right now. I'll get it. I'll get it. A certain scientific railgun, Astral Buddy. That's a long title, but yeah. This one haven't read it yet. This is focusing on one of the other characters from the series. Was kind of interested in reading it just because it's a different character that isn't Musica or Accelerator or anybody like that, and it has more to do with Shokoho and her clique, her side of the of the world or whatever. But yeah, this is the other volume, front and back, and I think I have two more from that. And here is volume two, and the other girl's name is Junko, if I'm remembering correctly. Um, yeah, and that was another character from the show that we didn't really get much of. So that was another reason because from the little bit that they showed of that character, I was just like what's her whole deal? I mean, I know that pretty much everyone else kind of, I don't want to say like, well, yeah, they pretty much kind of worship what's her name? I'm blanking on her name. Shoko. They basically kind of worship her as like being the queen of the school and everything. Um, and here is the first volume, and front and back, and then we have here a certain scientific railgun. This is I believe this is the volume. Is this the volume? I think this is. I think this is the volume that takes place after season, the latest season. It's either this one or the one that I'm about to pick up. I mean, not that I'm about to pick up. I'm getting tongue tied. Apologies. Not that I'm about to pick up the one that I'm about to show. But there's the front and back. I believe. Is it this one? No, I think it's the one after this. That is the one that takes place after the last season. This is what volume 15. So here is volume 15. Let me get my hands out the way. I'm trying to get this straight, so bear with me. Okay, there you go. Actually, I just need to start doing it like this so y'all can actually just see the whole thing. It's kind of hard for me to kind of get this at the right angle, so bear with me for a second. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so this is the volume that I was talking about. This is the one that you want to pick up if you watched all of season 3 and want to continue the story. This is the one that you got to pick up. I was getting tongue tied earlier, but this is exactly the one that you want to pick up. Volume 14. And I believe the arc is called Prison. What's it called? Prison Breaker, Jailbreaker, something like that. But yeah, just like with the rest of these manga, I haven't read this one yet. I'll eventually get to it. Just like everything. And then the final one in the stack is my only copy of a certain I'm about to say a certain scientific, a certain magical index. These names are so dang long, but yeah, a certain magical index. I kind of wanted to see if this was gonna be any different than the anime, because like my one thing with the anime, the anime as far as like a certain magical index goes, it's like I think it's no secret. I think everyone is pretty much in agreement that Railgun is pretty much the best one out of the three different series, Accelerator and Index. Um, I thought the first part of of Index wasn't as good as like the rest of it. I think the first part is like the rough is like the roughest of the anime, and so I wanted to go back and see just how good. Um, I just kind of wanted to see how different the manga is. I know the light novel is really good. Um, but yeah, there's the back, and here's the front, and I think we have one more stack left. Okay. So all of the manga that you see here I've had for years now. Some of these manga I got from one of my childhood friends, and I want to say two of these. Is it two of them? Nah, so it's one of these. I think I had another one of these. Like I mentioned earlier, the Dragon Ball manga. I don't know where the heck that is. I used to have a Shonen Jump, but this first one, Naruto. So I have kind of a funny story regarding this one. So I got this for Christmas when I was like, I had to been 14, 15, something like that. And so uh, I don't know how it is for some other people that celebrate Christmas, but we would always write down Christmas lists and everything. And my parents were surprised that I wanted books. It's like, oh, he wants books for Christmas. They thought that they were gonna be so they thought that they were being funny, right? And so we would always go down to my grandparents' house for Christmas. And so we woke up the next day, and like they had a package that they either sent a package or they had like left something there for us to open on Christmas Day, and then they had the rest of our gifts. So when my brother and I we went to open our gifts, and I forgot what he got, but they thought that they were being funny, and they so what we opened was, or what I opened was, so in that package was two books of Naruto. I think I should have the other one. I should have the other one in the stack, but it was this book, and I believe another Naruto book, and then it was some lotion and some grease. Cause like cause like I would always like be ashy and everything, but they really thought they were being funny with that. But here's the back of the book, and I think, like I said, I should have the other one here somewhere. Let me see. I should still have the other one. Nah, I don't know where it is. So that Naruto book and my Dragon Ball, I don't know where the heck that is. These other ones I got from a friend back in the day. I used to get on punishment a lot, so we used to read. So we used to always be reading a lot of manga. This is volume 4. I don't know where the other volumes are at. I don't even know. Did they ever finish this? I don't even remember what this was about, but I got this from a friend. I also had another manga series called Legends. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Here is what is it? Volume. Okay, so here's volume 1. Here's volume 1. I don't know where the rest of the volumes are. Like I said, I gave a friend a bunch of my manga in high school because I just wasn't reading it. I'm trying to get this straight. So, okay, here it is. Okay. And then here is Flames of Raqqa. This one, when I was reading this, I remember thinking, oh, this kind of reminds me of Yu Yu Hakusho. And I want to actually one day, I want to see how the anime is, because it kind of reminds me of Yu Yu Hakusho a little bit. Um, Here's the back of it. I actually have quite a few of these. I don't have all of them. Like I said, I gave a lot of my manga to one of my friends, so he probably has the rest of them. There you go. Flames of Raqqa. What is it? Volume 5. This is Volume 5. And here's the back. Here is Flames of Raqqa. What is it? Volume 4. Let me see. Yeah, Volume 4. Flames of Raqqa, Volume 4. Don't ask me what this is about. I done forgot what that was about. I just remember thinking that it was kind of like Yu Yu Hakusho. That's all I can remember. And here is Flames of Raqqa, Volume 3. And there's the back of it. And here is volume 1. And I think this is the last one, is volume 2. And there you have it. That's my whole manga collection. Like I said, I think I have like 40 or 50 of these things. And I'll probably be adding to that collection as I go along here. I'll probably end up picking up Hell's Paradise or something later on. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed watching me go through my collection and kind of reminiscing over a lot of my manga here. If you guys enjoyed watching this, feel free to hit the like button. If you didn't like the video, if you hate the quality of the video, whatever, hit the dislike button. But please hit something. I would really appreciate that. But thank you guys for watching, nevertheless, and I'll see you guys next time. This has been Fear No Hate. I'm out of here. Peace.